What up, man? Another check-in. You know, all day I felt like uncomfortable, just low. You know, I thought maybe it was just like my, I'm tired or what it is. You know, I came in, did a video and came in with the intention of being fired up. I came in with a good attitude. Everything was good until I sat down and I just hit this fucking wall. And, it's not like this wall like I want to use, or I'm not depressed about anything. Getting paid tomorrow. I think I just got to chalk this up as some days are good and some days are not. And it doesn't have to be like a bad day for me to feel like this. I go through my ups and my downs. And, I just kept trying to identify it, and then I just didn't give a fuck. And then, what ends up happening? I'm distracting myself with my phone. And, I'm doom scrolling at fucking work, of all places, which is not acceptable for me, to be at work and doom scrolling. And don't get me wrong, my activity looked really good today, and I made quality calls, and I put people's names on cars that, but still, I caught myself doing that, and I missed out on a deal. People walk right by me, basically. Somebody was ready. And then that put me in a bigger funk. And we were slow today. As if I don't need that deal. I need every deal. And so I think I just got to call myself out, as and I'll go back and watch these videos eventually. Hopefully years from now I'll look back and watch this shit so I could watch myself and the growth and all that. But today was just internally, and my manager, he asked me, he's like, "You doing okay today?" And I was honest with him. I didn't say, "Yeah, I'm fine." I was honest with him. I said, "Man, I feel off today. I've been fired up all month long, and today I hit this wall. This wall of I don't feel like eating. I'm trying to identify it with being lonely, or all these. It's one of them days. It's just one of them days. Days like this in the past used to just, all I would think about is, well, I want to get loaded. That'd make me feel different. And so today is one of those days where I didn't feel like using a gratitude, or I didn't feel like using fucking a spiritual principle today. Thank God I didn't want to get loaded, but I didn't feel like doing any of that today. I just wanted to fucking do nothing. Maybe watch TV, and I know how I'd feel there. So all in all, today, some days are good, some days, and I'm sure I've recorded this video in a different, at a different time. Not every day has to be fucking super spiritual. Not every day has to be a bad day because bad shit happened to me and I gotta I gotta go through something. Some days it could just be blah. I feel like that today. Where I want to isolate. I don't want to talk to nobody. And I don't want to. I don't want it to extend out to tomorrow. I don't want to kill tomorrow with today. And so, the only thing I could think of is I reached out to, my son, and I said, "Hey, can you watch the kids? I'm going to make a meeting." And then I'll go in there and I'll share what I'm sharing right now. I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm not happy. I feel blah. And I don't like it. I don't like it. It's causing this mild depression. And I had a good workout at the gym. I'm sore as fuck from I think the only things that aren't sore are my toes and my junk. And my fingers. That's about it. Everything else is fucking sore. And so, I'm doing good there. But yeah, I mean, maybe it would feel nice to come home and fucking be in somebody's arms. That would feel nice. I don't have that. I think there is that, you know, like back to that again, you know. But I mean, you know, this is part of that process shit I talk about. It's part of the process. So really, it ain't that bad. I could sit here and say, you know, like it could be worse. Everything could always be worse. So yeah. So what are the good things that happened today? Let's do that. You know, I had a conversation with somebody today. A client walked in. And this is somebody that I've struggled with in the past. And I realized, you know, after having that conversation with this guy today, how the content of my conversations have been in the past. I think it always seemed like I was trying to get in his pocket. I was. And so instead of that, knowing that that ain't happening, I just kind of like talked about his, you know, his past, his military and all that stuff. And, you know, and it was a good conversation. It was honest. It was, you know, I got to hear a little bit about like what he experienced, you know, 20 years in the military. Seemed like a really awesome dude. You know, he's retired and he likes to garden. And, you know, he's got a fruitful life because of, you know, like he's got children, you know, that have also put in 20 years in the military. And so, like, he seems very, very content. He's just in there getting an oil change. You know, nobody's selling this guy shit. But I could take the time instead of like, because I saw him and I was like, you know, here's a guy that kind of has been mean to me in the past. So why don't I just stop trying to sell him something, just get to know him a little bit. You never know, right? And so, yeah, that was good. And then I had a conversation with somebody else that wasn't that greatest. Felt really bad for them. They're going through their struggles. So, you know, it's just one of them days. And I don't know, like, chalking up how I feel right now might not be the healthiest way to go about doing this. There's something deep rooted. There's always something deep rooted, right? Can it just be like a fucking day? Sure, but I think that, like, internally, if I really talk about how I feel, there's some sadness in there. There's some loneliness in there. There's some other stuff in there that I'll be quick to want to just say, yeah, it's nothing. It's something. So I feel like this was a good opportunity for me to get on here and just kind of go through it. You know, as I do this video, I can already feel the progression of like there is something. It's not just a blah day. And so yeah, I'll go on and share this shit amongst people, not just by myself. And maybe the fact that I'm like talking about it now and sharing about it there will help take a little bit of the power away. So by the time I get to the house, I can be a little present before the day ends. And I'm tired too. I know that there's that too. But, you know, I am tired. I've been staying up late lately. And I have no regrets about that at all. I really enjoy the conversations I'm having in the evening and the feelings that I'm having and that stuff. And this morning was awesome too. So, you know, the day just had a bunch of feelings. It had a bunch of stuff going on that were good. And then there was that wall I hit at where the middle of the day or a couple hours into the day, I realized that I don't want to be here. That's when I started pounding the phones, sending out all kinds of videos and shit to my, clients. Or not my clients, but to the clients of the company. And there were some fruits of that labor today. So just this is how I gotta work through shit. Can't just sit, put on music, drive home and not identify what's going on with me. I'll build that up enough, then who knows. So that's it. That's my evening check-in as I continue to progress, getting to 1 year clean and changing my life. Yeah. Oh yeah, on another note, I got a call from the kid's mom and was able to provide some numbers so she can progress her recovery as well. And the willingness is there. I can hear it. But, it's not up to me to decide what somebody else is doing with their stuff. I just was able to be available and also helpful. Like I'd like to be for everybody that I can, anybody who reaches out to me. So, I'm not going to end this with any, any of that stuff I normally end it with. That's just where I'm at. And I'm headed to a meeting to just get it out in front of people. And hopefully I don't take up too much of the time, but I also, put it out there. And maybe by the time I make it there, I can also talk about some of the stuff that's going on inside of me now that I've been able to identify it a little better to prepare me for this meeting. Maybe that's the whole point of getting on here. I didn't go in there and just say, yeah, I'm just not feeling normal. And then by the time I got home, I was like, oh man, I didn't really even identify what's going on. So that's all. Anyways, that's it. Nothing, no advice. No, nothing but just fucking, here it is. This is how I feel. I'm not feeling it. Maybe this is what's going on. So, yeah.